back to Informed Sources. It has been another rough week for crime here in Memphis, with another interstate shooting and several children among the victims making headlines. To help deal with the crime problem, State Senator Brent Taylor of Memphis sent a letter to Governor Bill Lee asking the state to consider hiring a consultant to help the city. Taylor suggested former New York Police Commissioner William Bratton, who now heads a public security consulting firm called Teneo. He's also credited with helping New York City witness a crime rate drop in the 1990s, even though critics called the tactics aggressive and controversial. Taylor says Memphis has become a war zone, and if solutions aren't found soon, it will lead to a mass exodus of the middle class.
What will be left will be the extremely poor, the people who couldn't afford to leave Memphis, and the extremely wealthy, those who could support this, could afford the security to stay in Memphis, and the middle class will be gone.
Pastor, are you concerned that he could be right?
Absolutely. In fact, I think that people are already leaving. Justin and I were just talking about this before we started taping. But I think that Brent, is Commissioner Bratton going to take up arms? Is he going to is he going to drive a tank?
Probably just strategize.
So check this out. I have proposed to Senator Taylor, both in private and public and across the TV airwaves, that we bring in the Tennessee National Guard to protect the lives and property of our citizens in Memphis. Why not? Because I just read on the way down here for the taping that somebody else was shot on the express.
But a lot of people would see that move as an overly aggressive move,
perhaps
arming the city.
How can you get more aggressive than minding your business, driving down 240 and somebody shoots 41 bullets into your car? That's pretty aggressive to me.
That is.
What I'm saying, Greg, is that it may not even work. It may not work having Tennessee National Guard. It may be that the criminal element is so bold and so brazen now that they would attack the Tennessee Guard. I don't know. But what I do know is that we can't lose more children to this kind of insane violence without doing something sensible to try to counteract it. Now, I don't know if Commissioner Bratton is going to stop crime. I doubt it. But I guess it won't hurt to have more commissioners, more advisors. I don't know.
What do you think, Justin? Could a crime specialist help?
I think so. And Senator Taylor's been on this campaign, which I'm very grateful for him doing, to help make Memphis matter in Nashville. And I think he's gotten a lot of attention in Nashville. He's brought a lot of his colleagues here to see what is happening on the ground. And I think that a set of outside eyes could be very helpful here. So, for instance, in this tragic shooting this past week, you know, one of the suspects was out on a $500 bond. On a weapons charge. And while I appreciate D.A. Mulroy, you know, taking steps to revoke the $1 million bond that was placed after this tragedy on the expressway, how do we stop that before that happens? And I don't think a $500 bond is going to stop people that use weapons like this and, you know, fire guns 41 times and injure 4 kids and their father. You know?
And we have talked about bail reform on this broadcast and others before, and that's certainly a piece of the puzzle, I would guess. But it almost seems like Memphis is only scratching the surface with change as far as crime is concerned. Isn't there something radical that needs to be done? You mentioned something that's pretty radical.
Well, I think that we should pull out all stops, and we should keep our children in mind as we make our determinations. I will say that we're talking about Memphis, and Senator Taylor is trying to direct and sort of give input on Memphis, but we're not talking about the mayor of Memphis. Mayor Young has responsibility for Memphis. The city council has responsibility. I would hope that moving forward, and very soon, Taylor and Young would meet. Brent would be able to say what his concerns are and offer his assistance to the mayor in any way possible, rather than creating public attention to bring in somebody else that Mayor Young may or may not have any input on.
You know, critics have said that Bill Bratton's tactics are controversial and aggressive, but at this point where we've reached this stage of violence, could that be exactly what Memphis needs?
It could be, Greg. And well, I largely agree with what Pastor Whalum just said. I have a growing concern that this problem has gotten to the point which continues to grow. It's larger than the resources that we currently have available in the city of Memphis to address. And so, again, bringing in that outside set of eyes to say, hey, have you all tried this? What about that? I think could potentially be helpful. I think we've got to have all options on the table at this point.
And if that doesn't happen, if change doesn't come soon, we could be experiencing something even deeper as far as an economic problem here, I would guess, in Memphis as well.
I don't think there's any question
so,
about that.
All right. Coming up next, we'll have some final thoughts and an Informed Sources update. Stay with us.